Welcome back, everybody, to the start of round 3 here at GPT for GP Cleveland at Nerd Rage Gaming. I'm your host, Andrew Donnelly, with my co-host,
MD,
Matthew Robert Dow. And we are back with some standard action. We've got Tomsovic and Max Kahn both sitting at 2-0. The black-green aggro, we know Max Kahn to love and play. And
it's Abzan aggro. Come on, Andrew.
Is it Abzan?
Yeah.
Holy cow. We've got Abzan aggro. I'm sorry. I was looking at the deck list wrong.
Abzan aggro versus...
It is Abzan aggro.
A deck after my heart.
This is the deck we both play, so we should be pretty good at calling the shots here. We both play that blue-white heroic list.
I don't think I'm pretty good at anything.
No, you're not. No. You don't feel confident in this?
No. I don't know what confidence is.
We'll learn.
I don't think I was born with that emotion.
We'll learn together. So we've got...
So I think in this matchup... I don't know. Rakshasa Death Dealer is really good. Arrow of the Wilds is really good.
Yep.
But I think I'm gonna say the person on the play is gonna win this game.
I would have to
win this match.
Yep.
So there we go. I think Tommy is on the play, and the game is over. We'll see you for round 4.
Well, let's see what they draw first.
It's not that one-sided, but I think being on the play is pretty huge. If Tommy can get the nut draw favorite hoplite into an ordeal of Heliod or a ordeal of Thassa, so probably pretty good for him.
Seems like a good start.
Max having a mulligan is bad, but Max has a lot of good cards for this matchup. Like I said, Rakshasa Death Dealer is a good card. Siege Rhino is a good card. Or the Wilds is a good card against this deck.
Yep.
The Abzan aggro deck is able to race the blue-white heroic deck pretty well. So, but mulliganing never helps anybody.
That is true.
You know, unless you had a terrible hand and you mulligan into a great hand, then it helps for sure.
So let's see. I'm gonna pass back. Tommy pretty confident in his hand?
Yeah, he kept. I didn't see it. I saw it had an ordeal, so ordeal of Thassa. So there's that. That card's sweet.
That is a sweet.
Max
card.
is on the play.
We're gonna see the Sand Seeps it
Looks
up.
like Tommy does have the 1-drop, the old favorite hoplite.
This is a card we both love.
Not as great. Oh, Max drawing another Siege Rhino. Hopefully he's got 4 lands. So I know that, I don't know if Tommy is aware, but I know that these Abzan aggro lists have started to play more Bile-Blights. I know Andrew Tencham and, maybe even Matt Sperling, and he got second at the GP.
Yep.
So I don't know if I would Tommy isn't going to just jam into Bile-Blight, which I think is correct, the correct line. Because if he just gets his Ordeal Bile-Blighted here, it is the worst, which is why it would be sweet if we were on the play.
It's definitely painful.
Yeah. It would be cruising, but now Max has mana open for Downfall and all those cards, but it looks like he just has a glutton of 4-drops. He does have it looks like a Downfall, 2 Siege Rhinos, a Windswept Heath.
And a Sarkin?
And a
a Sorin.
So, this is one of those draws where, I think it's going to be tough for Tommy. If he has a God's Willing here or a Johnny's Presence.
Yes.
It would be good because it would allow him to get his ordeal on and then, negate the effect of the downfall. One thing to note that I think is interesting that Tommy passed last turn with 2 mana open. I don't particularly like that. Probably would have fetched, gotten an island, and cast a Battlewise Hoplite.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it takes the shields down, but it looks like Tommy doesn't even have anything to protect any of his cards anyways, and I just don't like bluffing protection spells when I don't have them.
It's interesting to note, if you look at Tommy's hand, he does have a Stratus Walk in hand, which is, I know, a card that players like Joe Lissette did not run in the list. I mean, that was a card that did get taken out.
So Max is okay. So Max fetches, and Tommy does have Stubborn Denial in hand. So what Max could do if he wants to play around Stubborn Denial is fetch when Tommy fetches, and then he gets his land, kills Tommy's guy, and then Tommy can't play Stubborn Denial because his fetch hasn't resolved yet. But I think they're just saving time
and trying to move game state.
Yeah. So Tommy,
there's the battle.
So now Tommy is taking. So Tommy is still going to bluff that he has the God's Willing, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't. And Max is just going to start draining 4-drops, and things are not going to end well for us, I don't think. But now we have our opportunity to put the Ordeal of Thassa on the Battlewise Hoplite, but we still can't even attack past Siege Rhino, so we might have to first play the Stratus Walk to give our Battle Ice Hoplite flying.
Draws another plains for Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's got a couple of lands in hand, which kind of stinks, but I think the play here is to just cast the Stratus Walk on the Battle Ice Hoplite. Hope to cantrip into something good.
Sure.
Max's hand wound up being pretty good against this draw from Tommy. Tommy's draw is just too slow.
Was his draw too slow, or did Tommy just not play fast enough is the question?
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made that it's like I said, I just don't like bluffing protection spells when
Correct.
If I don't have a protection spell, I don't have a protection spell. As long as I have another creature, like I'll bluff protection spells if I have only one creature.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have multiple creatures, I'm just going to start jamming multiple creatures,
Yes. So we see the attack from the Battle-Wise.
We get in for 3. I think he's going to continue to represent, can't imagine playing another favorite Hoplite into Bile-Blade. Gonna keep it on top, so...
Boy, if I'm Tommy, I wish I have another blue mana, or at least a temple, or the life gain land to just keep my Stubborn Denial up at this point.
Yeah. But even still, like, if Max could just play around it, he doesn't have a 4-power creature, he has a 3-power creature, so if Max wants to play around it, he could just cast a Siege Rhino, or if he wants to cast Sorin, he can just play a land and then, play around it. So, like, this is what I'm talking about, where the Abzan aggro deck, I think, has not a terrible matchup, because, like, Max is at 20 and Tommy's at 9. Siege Rhino is just such a beast when you aren't aggressive. And even when you are aggressive, it's still just insanity.
So if you're Tommy, you're hoping to hit an Ordeal of Heliod, I'm assuming, off the top?
Yeah, Ordeal of Heliod would be good.
But we see a Defiant Strike.
Yeah, we just needed to push.
You have a few options, though. You can cast the Ordeal of Thassa.
For sure.
Keep Stubborn Denial up.
Yep. I'm probably going to cast Defiant Strike. Actually, I think I like holding Defiant Strike. It allows us to kind of chump block our Rhino, but not chump block our Rhino. I don't know. It depends on if the combat math works out, if we can race. We for sure can't race. We're going to...
Go to combat.
Gonna gain 3. Draw 2 cards. Tommy kept the card on top, I believe. No,
he
kept those
shipped
double lands.
it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
Next,
so yeah,
5.
Tommy is gonna, I think, take the Defiant Strike, his favorite Hoplite, to
block a Rhino.
And then he only takes 1 damage. Okay, so we're not.
Okay, we're gonna play the Seeker the way. I guess this gives us the option to lifelink if we need to.
For sure.
But then we are using the mana that we had kept up for Stubborn Denial.
Yeah.
So he does have another favorite Hoplite in hand. I'm wondering if it's just better to run out the additional favorite Hoplite and then keep both the blue-white and an additional white up.
Well, we get blown up by Bile-Blight there, which
True.
Tommy already technically played around. So if we think our opponent has Bile-Blight, then playing another favorite Hoplite to just get absolutely destroyed by a card we already are playing around doesn't seem very great to me. I'm actually going to jam Sorin. It's going to get Stubborn Denial, but I still think we're not in a great position. Although, let's see, if we go to 1, then we have 8 power on board, and every spell we cast is 2 more power. So then we need to cast 3 spells. Can we cast 3 spells next turn? That's a question I'm asking myself right now. This is getting countered.
Well, it should. That's why we kept.
There are no
mana.
questions.
Yeah,
We can't beat this card. It's getting countered.
And if Tommy's playing what appears to be fairly close to the
if he wants to
Lisette
murderous cut,
Mhm.
whatever. I can't beat Sorin. I just like taking it, going to 1, and then it's like chumping doesn't even do us anything. Like he's still trampling for 4, so we're still going to 5. And then, yeah, I just like trying to win. Especially because we have Defiant Strike. So Defiant Strike is already 1 card. It's going to draw us another card. I just like taking it, going to 1, and then trying to win on chaining 3 spells together.
Boy, it would be.
I mean, it's not even that hard because we're drawing a spell for turn. I mean, it's hard, but we have a favorite or Battle Ice Hoplite to scry. Yeah, go to 1.
It would be a
Not
shame
Snap
if
go to 1.
Max had one of his timely gather.
Oh, he does
courages.
though. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot
if
that
he has,
does. Yeah,
if he has
does.
the timely gather courage
I
that
don't
we
know.
know he has,
I'm still Snap going to 1.
sure.
Especially because like this deck was super popular last weekend, and I don't think those lists played Gather Courage.
Talking to Max before this, he said he had. Well, we have the deck list in front of us. Let's see. Does he have the gather courage?
Oh, he has 4 of them.
He has 4. So he bumped up the number of gather courages. Oh boy. So Tommy's going to go ahead and block with the favorite hoplite here instead of the seeker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's fine.
Sure.
Because for the seeker to for the hoplite to get counters, we have to target it. Where the seeker is just
Seeker
going
can just
automatically and Tommy draws another land.
Another land, just not at all. Here, at least he can scry though,
Yeah.
and see what he could draw with the Defiant Strike, which is what. Nothing that we can see. He's going to ship it. I hope that wasn't an additional land.
So I still think actually we are still on the need 3 spells. And I think if we Defiant Strike into Ordeal of Thassa, that's an out still.
Sure.
So
An Ordila Heliod would be very good.
Ordeal of Heliod wouldn't be bad.
I think I would take that here.
I would take that. Can we? No, because we played the tap lands, so we can't even. So like there is an argument to be made actually of not playing the tap land first and Defiant Striking, see if we draw a Heliod's Pilgrim, and then we'd have a Heliod's Pilgrim to go get your Ordeal of Heliod.
Sure. Okay.
But right now that's just not an out.
You would also have an additional blocker, I guess, at that point. But
Yeah.
That's a favorite hoplite. That's the other one that he had in his hand there that he could have
So,
ran
I mean
out.
that's fine.
Yep.
We're gonna play that card anyways, unless we're 3 Defiant Strikes just kills him. This line is miserable. He does know that his guy doesn't block, right? He has read the text on Stratus Walk. He only blocks
I
creatures with
believe
flying.
he does, yes. I would hope he does. I don't know why the attack wouldn't have come, but we'll see. Yeah, Max does have one of the Gather Courages in hand,
Yeah.
and a Hero's Downfall. So this is not...
Tommy flooded out pretty badly.
That
I mean,
might end it.
that card right now doesn't do anything, so I guess it turns Stubborn Denial on.
But even then, your list is running what, 1 Stubborn Denial?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But Max doesn't know that. And I don't know if we can even target. Yeah, okay. Try to hit a protection spell, but once again, that card doesn't do anything right now. All it does is attack for 5. It doesn't block anything.
right.
And I don't think Tommy is aware that Stratus. I know he just picked this deck up. I don't think he's aware.
Sure.
So he has the God's Willing, and now he's going to be like, yeah, sweet, I got the God's Willing. So
I'll protect it. Yep, scry off the Battlewise Hoplite, and then an additional scry off the God's Willing.
okay.
What do we got? Something that he may like.
So our Seeker of the Way is a 4/4.
Correct.
So we're gonna gain 4 life, lose 1, and then our Hoplite is a 2/3.
It's a Fleece main line from Max.
Max
He's
is
just going to pass back. Interesting. Let's see what Tommy decided to keep on top that he liked.
God's Willing. Still at 14, so still I don't think can kill him. See, this is why. So if we attack last turn with the guy who can't block, he's now at 9, and then
Potentially dead.
I think we can just kill him. Just check for 6. Yeah, he's just dead then. So the guy can't block. I don't. Maybe both players are. I think Max is aware that Stratus Walk makes it so creatures can't block.
I would hope so. I mean, granted, it's not a lot of card players see. Now it is because the blue-white heroic deck has become popular, but
Well, did he draw another God's Willing?
it looked like it. I don't think he has Suspension Field in the middle.
No, it looks sort of Suspension Field-ish.
It did.
He doesn't have it in his list, so. I mean, another God's Willing it is lethal.
It does look like an additional God's Willing.
Yeah, it's 4. Is it lethal? Yeah, it's lethal. No, so it's